The search continues tonight for a person of interest in the fire set at historic Clayborn Temple. Thank you for being with us at 5. I'm Daryl Green.
And I'm Darcy Thomas. The more than century-old church in downtown Memphis was a beacon during the civil rights movement. Now it is the scene of a suspected crime after a fire late last month. Fox 13 told you last night that investigators say that it was arson, not an accident.
Fox 13's Mandy Rock is live at Clayborn Temple. Mandy, you got the chance to talk to leaders who told you this is not the only fire being investigated.
Yeah, that's right. That fire that destroyed Clayborn Temple here is now being investigated as arson, as you mentioned. And the church's leader, Anessa Troutman, says this is the third fire that's been connected to her or her family in just over 2 weeks. Early morning of April 28th, a massive fire rips through the historic Clayborn Temple. Less than a month later, the Memphis Fire Department and ATF confirmed what many people feared.
We are heartbroken to confirm, what we already suspected, that the fire at historic Clayborn Temple was not an accident.
The fire now being investigated as arson. For Clayborn Temple CEO Anessa Troutman, the heartbreak runs deep. She said on April 12th, a fire broke out at her home. It was followed by another on a property tied to her family in East Tennessee 2 days later.
I have spent a lot of time trying to convince myself that this is all a crazy coincidence, but it's just hard to imagine that there's not something there.
It's not yet known if the fires are connected, but investigators have released these images of a person of interest in the Temple fire.
It is a little more, uneasy to know that it was arson.
Jamie Harmon documented the building before its restoration more than a decade ago. He says the loss is personal.
When I went through it a decade ago, I was able to photograph every room in the place. So I remember what it all looked like from the rafters to every little corner.
But amid the devastation, the spirit of the building and the people connected to it remains strong.
The fact that this violence happened is very painful for us, but it will not break our spirit. Memphis has shown it already that we're ready to show up and heal. Under the Big Lee's stewardship, Clayborn Temple will rise again, and not just as a building, but as a center for cultural, economic, and civic renewal.
And take another look at your screens now. If you recognize this person, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. In the meantime, the community is already taking steps towards healing.
So as you can see that they do suspect arson at the Clayborn Temple Church. But what's strange to me is that there's 2 other fires associated with one person or her family. So they may need to look into if, somebody have an issue with her or issue with her family for them to set fire to the church as well as her house and another building. Because, I don't think that's just coincidence that, 3 facilities that belongs to one person or belong to one person's family has been set on fire. So, that's something they're going to need to, I guess, once they actually catch that person, to find out if he actually set the fires and why did he set the fire, they can kind of see if he had an issue with the family. Because I just kind of find that strange that that happened. And I'm sorry that did happen to her family. So that's basically what I wanted to do, is just kind of give you an update on the situation that the Clayborn church was suspected of arson. It wasn't, an accident or anything like that. So I would like to thank you for watching my video. My name is Delmarshae. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.